Hey everybody, it's Chris, bringing you another disc review. Actually, first of a few disc reviews this week. Today we're going to do a non-snowy version of the Caltrop. Tomorrow we'll run the Anchor, followed by the Gladiator, and the Sheriff. So, the Caltrop. I know I did the snowy review and told you I just couldn't say much about it because of how I was throwing, but I have had a chance to test it out both inside a dome with Jason Wilder, which you're going to see video of, and then out on a course in Dayton, Ohio. And then I got to play with a friend who used to putt rhinos and pigs and got it in his hands. I didn't get any video of that, which I apologize for, but it was really nice to see him pick up the disc and have that familiar feel, and he said he had the confidence almost immediately with it, and then watch him hit a 25-footer followed by a 30-footer on the third and fourth holes. You could just see the familiarity for him. So after reviewing this for a while, you can see I've given it a couple nice notches, which took some of the stability out of it. But it starts out pretty decently overstable, maybe not quite as much as a Harp or Sinus, but pretty close. Very, like I said, not much glide, so really nice for approach shots where you just want the disc to predictably fade. I tried putting with it a little bit, but I've never liked putting with this style of putter, so it wasn't the great for me. I went back to my judges and was appreciative, but for somebody who likes these tracks on the top, you're probably going to like it quite a bit. So I'm going to go to the video. Jason Wilder will have some commentary at the end. But again, nice overstable approach. If you're looking for that kind of disc, this could be the one for you. Thanks.
Okay. Sinus.
So for these videos, obviously I wanted to compare the Caltrop to discs that would be similar to. So the Sinus or Sinus and the Harp. For the first set of throws you'll see here, I actually put just a little bit of flex on them just to get a little bit of height, so you can see the fade at the end. All three discs ended up probably within 15 feet of each other for a pretty good performance. My intended flight for this set of throws was just a flat release. You can see the disc fade at the end, but as you're going to see right here, I released a little bit late and it got up high instead. So I threw all three discs on that line. You can see them compared that way instead. The Sinus seems to be a little more stable, which makes sense because the Harp's a little beat in. And the Caltrop, which you're about to see, compares relatively well to the beat up Harp. And of course, you can't see the finish because of that wire. The next two videos are at historic Belmont Park in Dayton. This is just a simple 200+ foot throw with a little bit of fade at the end. This one ends up like 15 feet from the basket. And the second one's a little bit longer. It's going to end up short and left of the basket. You're going to see it fade out by that big tree. But it was still a decent putt and gives you a good shot at how the disc flies.
This is Jason Wilder, Harp versus Sinus versus Caltrop. Harp first. Anybody that's thrown a Harp knows consistently overstable, great approach disc. As you can see, here comes the Sinus, or the Sinus, depending on how you want to pronounce it. This is the new Latitude 64 Caltrop.
It was a lot of fun throwing with Jason in the dome. As you can see from his throws, he does already use a Harp, and this one's pretty beaten in, but he has this type of throw dialed in. It's his normal approach shot, and the Caltrop lines up really well with either the Harp or the Sinus. So if you don't like those two but are still looking for an approach shot of that quality, the Caltrop may be a good option for you, and then of course with the Slammer coming out soon, it might also fit that bill.
And Caltrop.
Merry Christmas, everybody. This is Jason Wilder, PDGA number 17523. I'm an advanced master level player. Throw anywhere from 325 to 400, depending on the disc and day. Reviewing the Caltrop from Latitude 64 right now. For me, I like how it feels in the hand, good depth. I've got bigger hands and fatter fingers, so I feel like I'm able to still get my fingers around the rim and get a good grip. I do like the groove on top. It gives me a little bit more something to hold on to. As far as the flight, this for me would probably fit in between my shield and my Bard. It's got a little more stability than my shield, but not quite as much glide as the Bard. There is a shot, oftentimes approach shots, that I want to get that nice slower speed, but good glide into a pin. This would definitely fill that slot for me.